We are witnessing an amazing NBA season, and there is no doubt that new guys are taking over the league. LeBron is turning 40 this year, Kevin Durant was swept in the first round of the playoffs, and Steph Curry and the Warriors didn't even make the playoffs. So, yeah, the NBA definitely has a new generation of superstars, and in this video, we are about to see who they are. We start off with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He got to the NBA as the 11th pick in the 2018 NBA draft, and after only one season, he was just a piece in the deal that sent Paul George from the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Los Angeles Clippers. That proved to be a game changer for the Thunder, who needed a new face for the franchise after Russell Westbrook left. A couple of years later, it is obvious that the Thunder got more than they could even dream of. Shai is the third best scorer in the league, and more importantly, he led the Thunder to the top seed in the Western Conference. The Thunder are the youngest team ever to finish the regular season on top of a conference, and Shai has been the leader of that squad. He made his second consecutive All-Star appearance this season and averaged 30.1 points per game on 53.5% shooting from the field, which is absolutely fantastic for a shooting guard who takes 19.8 field goal attempts per game. Another guard who is on the rise is Anthony Edwards. He led the Minnesota Timberwolves to the third best record in the West and the first playoff series win in 20 years. The Wolves have been off the radar since Kevin Garnett left and have made only 2 playoff appearances since then. Edwards was the top pick of the 2021 NBA draft, and only 3 years later, he has drawn comparisons to no other but Michael Jordan. When Edwards got to Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns was seen as the leader of the team, but now everybody takes the passenger seat when Edwards has the ball. Ant is literally unstoppable, being able to score from any spot on the court and puts his opponents on posters on a daily basis. This dude swept the Suns from the playoffs and did that while dominating his childhood idol, Kevin Durant. We should all be aware that we are witnessing history in the making, and it is just a matter of time before Edwards becomes the face of the league. He averaged 25.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game for the season. He made his second All-Star appearance and will represent Team USA at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Speaking of the new superstars in the league, we have to mention Victor Wembanyama. He came into the league as the first pick of the 2023 NBA draft, surrounded by so much hype that has not been seen since LeBron James was a rookie. Wemby was already a superstar while playing in the French Pro League, and he had a solid rookie season in the NBA. You don't need to be a basketball expert to realize that Wembanyama is a unique talent, and his skill set gives him and the Spurs many opportunities. In the win against the Detroit Pistons, he recorded his first career triple-double of 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists in only 21 minutes on the floor, which was the second fewest minutes played by someone who finished with a triple-double in NBA history. The Spurs finished near the bottom of the Western Conference, but there is no doubt that better days are coming in San Antonio. Wembanyama led the league with 3.6 blocks per game for the season, and he also averaged 21.4 points and 10.6 rebounds per game. The impact he has on the game is way more than the numbers can describe, so we should all be excited to see what Wemby will bring to the table in the years to come. It may take a while before the Spurs build a respectable team, and the Knicks finally did that. For more than a decade, the Knicks could not sign a superstar player and made only one playoff appearance. Then, in 2022, the Knicks decided to gamble on Jalen Brunson, who spent the previous 4 seasons as a backup point guard with the Dallas Mavericks. The Knicks fans were not particularly happy to see the team sign Brunson to a $104 million deal, but things look much more promising from this perspective. Brunson has grabbed the opportunity and quickly became an elite scorer in the league. From a backup player, he emerged as an all-star, and the Knicks are all of a sudden the second seed in the Eastern Conference. They surrounded Brunson with his college teammates from Villanova, Josh Hart, and Donte DiVincenzo, and there is no better time to be a Knicks fan. Brunson finished the regular season averaging 28.7 points per game, which puts him 4th in the league Not too bad for a second-round pick. Another guard who is shining in the Eastern Conference is Tyrese Maxey. He was drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers, 21st overall in 2020, and started only 8 games in his rookie season. He was overshadowed by the other guards on the team, like Ben Simmons and James Harden, but when his time came, Maxey was ready to go. The Sixers are still Joel Embiid's team, but when the center went down with an injury, Maxey was there to step up. Just like Brunson, Maxey went from a backup player to an all-star real quick. He went from averaging 20.3 points per game in the 2022-23 season to 25.9 points per game this season, which put him 11th in the league and won him the Most Improved Player award. This is the last year of his rookie contract with the Sixers, and it will be interesting to see what Maxey will do in free agency. He has a solid role with the Sixers, but he can also decide to go somewhere else and be the first scoring option on the team. However, Maxey is already an elite scorer, and whenever he goes, he will be one of the new superstars in the league. Changing the team proved to be the right deal for Tyrese Haliburton, even though he wasn't happy at all when he was traded from the Sacramento Kings to the Indiana Pacers. From this perspective, things could not work any better for Haliburton, as he went from an average player to leading the league in assists and signing a max contract in Indiana. Haliburton averaged 20.1 points per game and a league-high 10.9 assists per game. The Pacers are building the team around him and definitely have a bright future moving forward. His stakes went so high that he not only made the All-Star team this season, but he is also one of the 12 guys who will represent Team USA at the Paris Olympics. Paolo Banchero is only in his second season in the NBA, but he has already made a lot of noise around the league. He won the Rookie of the Year award last season and played for Team USA in the World Championship in the offseason. He already has huge numbers, averaging 22.6 points per game, making the Orlando Magic a legit contender in the Eastern Conference and one of the best defensive teams in the league. Scottie Barnes is another combo guard who made his All-Star debut this season. The Toronto Raptors made a lot of trades this season, sending all their valuable assets out and making room for Barnes to take over the team. They had no team success this season, but Barnes became one of the best all-around players in the league, averaging 19.9 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. And we are closing out the video with one guy that you probably did not expect to see in this video, and his name is Alperen Sengun. The Turkish center finished his third season with the Houston Rockets early, going down with an injury, but he showed everybody that he can do everything on the court. The center averaged 21.1 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, and the Rockets would have probably made the playoffs if he hadn't gotten hurt. Sengun is often compared to Nikola Jokic, and even though many believe that it is still too early for that, there is no doubt that Sengun is developing his game in the same direction as the Joker. He can score from both inside and outside, can dominate the board, and find the open man in a creative way. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let us know in the comments who of these players you believe will become the new face of the league. See you in the next one.